The conversation around adult children choosing to go no contact with a parent is growing louder. For many, this decision is met with confusion, judgment, or even dismissal. Some perceive it as a modern trend, a casual choice made without serious consideration. However, for those living this reality, the decision to step away from a parent, especially an emotionally immature one, is rarely taken lightly. It is often the culmination of years, even decades of pain, frustration, and unmet emotional needs. This is not a trend. It is a profound act of self-preservation. An emotionally immature parent often struggles with empathy, self-reflection, and managing their own feelings. They may prioritize their own needs above their child's, even into adulthood. Their emotional responses can be unpredictable, ranging from explosive anger to passive-aggressive manipulation. These parents might struggle to acknowledge their mistakes or apologize sincerely. They often project their own anxieties and insecurities onto their children. This creates a dynamic where the child, even as an adult, feels responsible for the parent's emotional well-being. Growing up with an emotionally immature parent can leave deep, lasting scars. Adult children often carry a burden of guilt, shame, and a pervasive sense of not being good enough. Their self-esteem can be severely damaged, impacting their relationships and career choices. They may struggle with setting healthy boundaries, constantly seeking external validation, or repeating unhealthy relationship patterns. The emotional landscape of their childhood often dictates the emotional challenges of their adulthood. This constant emotional labor can lead to chronic stress, anxiety, and depression. Going no contact means ceasing all communication and interaction with a parent. This includes phone calls, texts, emails, social media, and in-person visits. It is a complete cessation of the relationship, often for an indefinite period. This is not a fleeting decision made in anger or a simple act of rebellion. It is a carefully considered, often agonizing choice, typically made after all other attempts at reconciliation or boundary setting have failed. It is a last resort for many seeking peace. The idea that going no contact is merely a trend trivializes the immense suffering that leads to such a decision. For many adult children, it becomes a necessity to protect their mental health and emotional well-being. It is a desperate measure to stop a cycle of harm. When a parent consistently disregards boundaries, refuses to acknowledge their impact, or actively undermines an adult child's sense of self, distance becomes vital. Continuing the relationship often means perpetuating the very dynamics that cause distress. This choice is about survival. Choosing no contact is profoundly painful, often accompanied by intense grief, guilt, and sadness. It means mourning the relationship you wished you had and the parent you deserved. There is often a deep sense of loss, even when the relationship was harmful. Society often places immense pressure on maintaining family ties regardless of their health. This societal expectation can amplify feelings of guilt and isolation for those who choose to separate. It requires immense courage to prioritize one's own healing over external judgment. No contact often becomes necessary when a parent's behavior is consistently abusive, manipulative, or deeply disrespectful. This includes emotional abuse, gaslighting, constant criticism, or a complete inability to respect personal boundaries. When attempts at communication only lead to further pain, it is time to consider this option. It is also essential when the relationship actively hinders an adult child's ability to heal, grow, or form healthy relationships with others. If contact consistently triggers severe anxiety, depression, or self-destructive behaviors, it is a clear sign that distance is needed. Your well-being is paramount. Many adult children first attempt limited contact or strict boundaries. However, with emotionally immature parents, these efforts often fail. Such parents may lack the capacity to understand or respect boundaries, viewing them as personal attacks or attempts to control them. They may escalate their behavior, manipulate others, or simply ignore the boundaries altogether. When boundaries are repeatedly violated and the emotional toll remains high, no contact emerges as the only viable option for self-preservation. It is a recognition of limits. While incredibly difficult, establishing no contact can open a pathway to profound healing. It creates space for adult children to process their past trauma without ongoing re-traumatization. This distance allows them to finally focus on their own emotional needs. It provides an opportunity to redefine their identity, build self-worth, and cultivate healthier relationships. Breaking the cycle of emotional immaturity can lead to a life of greater peace, authenticity, and emotional freedom. This is a journey of reclaiming oneself. If you are considering or have chosen no contact, please know you are not alone. This decision is a testament to your strength and your commitment to your own well-being. It is a brave act of self-love. Seek support from therapists, support groups, or trusted friends who understand the complexity of your situation. Professional guidance can help navigate the grief, guilt, and healing process. Your journey towards peace is valid and deserves compassion. Choosing no contact with an emotionally immature parent is not a trend. It is a deeply personal and often necessary decision for mental and emotional survival. It is an act of courage, not abandonment. Prioritizing your peace and mental health is not selfish, it is essential.